Today we're going to learn how to do the red and brown faux finish with the blending technique. The first order of business is to do the solid color. Trim the edges, put on the first solid color coat, and then follow up with a second solid color coat. Let that dry, and then we are ready to do our faux finish. Vacuum up any debris in and around the baseboard area to prevent this debris from being dragged out onto the floor during the coloring process. Keep the working surface as clean as possible from hair and other debris. In order to help with cleanliness, you'll want to be removing your shoes as you get on the working surface, and try to enforce that others that are getting on and off the working surface are maintaining clean shoes or removing their shoes as they're coming on and off. Before beginning the coloring process, clean all of your brushes with a vacuum to remove any debris that might be in the bristles themselves. The brushes used to apply the stain should be of good quality and not losing bristles. Trim along edges, alternating colors as you go. You'll want to vary the size and the shape as you go along, but think about, as a rule, putting down roughly basketball size areas of stain that you'll be working into the surface. Using your brush, work one of the areas of color outward, drawing out the moisture of the area so that it's very thin. Also, use the brush to spread some of the moisture into the other area of stain that you've put on the floor. Not through the whole thing, but through part of it. This helps in the blending process. Remember to go in one direction across the working surface. In this case, we're going from left to right. Remember also not to make a straight line. Vary the line of work to prevent any noticeable pattern in the staining process. You don't need to think too much about the design. Instead, keep your mind on these factors. Keep the moisture light, blend the edges, make sure you keep odd shapes and varying sizes of shapes as you're doing the work. The pattern seems to take care of itself in this process. Remember our rule about not doing straight lines, especially if you come to a door and need to stop as you leave one room and enter another room. You don't want to have a straight line at the door that can be seen as an obvious stopping point. Use jagged edges. Extend the color out into the hallway or into the other room, and then fade it out with the blending brush. Here we have the finished product. Look at the sample board video for more tips and tricks on doing this process.